Hi and welcome to another gaming video. And in today's video, well, it's a bit of a follow-on from a previous video where I was talking about sort of scaling back my gaming in general. So a huge selection of games have gone, my entire FIFA collection has gone, and I'm left with just a few games, games that I just couldn't part with. A bootleg copy of Zelda Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy, on a Game Boy Advance cartridge, Japanese Tetris for the Game Boy, a PSP demo disc, a sort of pre-production copy of Sega Crazy Taxi for the Sega Dreamcast, Little Big Planet Marvel Edition for the PlayStation Vita, New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, GTA Chinatown Wars on the DS, a few Switch games here, FIFA 20, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And then I've got FIFA 22 for the PS5 and Knight's Journey of Dreams for the Nintendo Wii. That is it. I don't know how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 games. That is what my gaming library consists of, physically anyway. But the same was happening with the console. So about a year ago, I'd already gotten rid of my home consoles to just concentrate back on portable consoles, which is what I love doing. But even those, I had I wouldn't say a vast collection, but a lot of consoles just sitting in a drawer on a shelf, not really doing anything. So I had a bit of a slim out of those as well, and it was all going really well. My PSP and my Macro were up for sale. I've already gotten rid of a lot of DS's and my Ambinic. And in the previous video, I said that I was just going to be left with my DSi LL, my lovely white Japanese exclusive DSi XL LL version, and my Switch Lite. Those were going to be my two devices for gaming. But there's one console that is kind of sticking, and it's my PlayStation Vita. So all the other consoles I got ready, wiped. If they had custom firmware on them, I took them off, got them all ready to go, and off they went. I didn't really have any bones about getting rid of them until it came to the Vita. Now, if you've watched my channel over the years, you'll know that I'm a massive fan of the PlayStation Vita. Very, very underrated console. Even now, it's superb. And there are some games that are on the Vita that you can't get anywhere else. And anything that runs on the Vita is just absolutely beautiful. It's an amazing console, and it's one I just don't know if I can part with it. My whole reason behind this is because I don't use them. If they've been sitting there for months and they've not been used, then I don't need them. And I looked at the games that I play on the Vita, and there's sort of three main games. One of those is Little Big Planet, the Marvel Edition. The other is Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, which is absolutely amazing on the Vita. And then I might play a bit of Retro City Rampage DX. I've had lots of other games for the Vita, and never really played them. Maybe a bit of Need for Speed Most Wanted. So, do I keep a console for the sake of 2 or 3 games? It's really, really a difficult decision. And just picking this console up today and having a look around it and feeling it, it's an amazing console. Even now, 13, 14 years on, it's still a decent powerhouse. Okay, it doesn't play anything higher than maybe 16-bit if you've got custom firmware and you're running emulation. But Vita games on it are just superb. Even now, they look amazing. So I really can't decide. Do I part with this absolutely wonderful piece of gaming history? Very much underrated. It's technically a failure, and there are people that don't even know it exists. I mean, everyone's heard of the PSP, but the Vita did so poorly that it is part of gaming history, but for all the wrong reasons. But I absolutely love it. So I'm there with slimming down most things, but the Vita, what do I do with it? Do I keep it because I'm a bit of a nostalgia nerd? Do I keep it because I've got at least one game that I do love playing, and you can't really play it on anything else. I mean, you could emulate it, but the whole sort of touch screen and rear touchpad makes emulating Vita games very difficult. I mean, they found that when they had uh, the the Vita TV that you could plug in, it would play most Vita games, but anything that relied on the touchscreen, you couldn't play. The PS TV, that's what it's called. So, do I keep it? Do I show it a bit more love? Do I really sort of get back into this, which I'm about a quarter of the way through, I think. And Little Big Planet is a huge series, one that I love, one that Sony has now pretty much pushed aside, but it is a platform that I do like, and it is exclusive to PlayStation, whether that's PS3, PS4, PSP, or the Vita. But the Vita is really a console that, oh, I don't know. In some ways, I would probably rather, if I had to make a choice out of the two, uh, it's a real difficult one. I think in some ways I would pick the Vita over the Switch Lite. I mean, the Switch Lite is new. It's still getting games. The game collection and selection on the Switch and the Switch Lite is insane. The DS, well, the DS is a DS. It plays DS games. If you have a flash card or you're running custom firmware, you can run a lot of sort of 8-bit, 16-bit emulators, and it's fantastic. And with the big screens, that's why I chose this over all of the other DSs and the DSIs that I had, because it's absolutely fantastic to play on. But the big sticker in this mass slim down of my gaming collection is the Vita. And when I first did this and when I first thought about it, it was like, yeah, that can go, that can go, that can go, and the Vita was included in that. But then I got it out of its case, and then I sort of thought about, well, I've got to wipe it and all that, and I just couldn't do it. I still can't do it. So I think my mass slim down of my gaming consoles and games has gone from, I'm gonna bring it down to 2 consoles to 3. So I think so. Even shooting this video, I can't convince myself to get rid of the Vita. So I'm going to be ending this, and I'm going to end up with a Switch Lite for the more modern sort of games, my DS for DS games, and well, maybe Game Boy games and things like that, and then my Vita, which I also do play Game Boy games on, but I'm keeping it for now, I think, because the Vita is just, I mean, look at it. It's amazing. It's gorgeous, and there are a few games that I do like to play on it still, and can't play anywhere else. So it's been a very successful sort of last few weeks. Huge amount of games gotten rid of. I've kept a few little gems, like I said, games that I've got no system to play these on, at least physically, at all. The only few that I've got here, I mean, I'm keeping this, and if I keep my Vita, then I can play that. I've got a couple of DS games, because these are just probably the top 2 DS games you've got. And I'm keeping my Switch games, obviously, because I'm still playing my Switch. I kept a copy of FIFA, because why not? Because nobody really wants FIFA, even though it's a PS5. It's absolutely worthless. And I loved Knights on the Sega Saturn, and this was fantastic. And it's quite a difficult game to find. So that is, I don't know how many I said it was, about 14, I think, my game collection. But my PlayStation Vita is probably going to stay. So I still call that a success. Huge selection of games gone, big selection of consoles gone, and just 3 gems of portable gaming kept. Switch Lite, DSiLL, and a PlayStation Vita. I think I'm going to keep it. I will let you know if I change my mind, but there is just something. I keep picking it up, and I mean, there's nothing. The Vita is flawless in its design. It's just Sony let it down by poor marketing and overpricing, etc. Games developers didn't want to get into bed with Sony again. I think I'm keeping it. Link, like, let me know what you think. Subscribe, enjoy.